In this video, we will see how to disassemble and reassemble a 1911 in order to reduce bushing barrel wear. What do I mean by bushing barrel wear? First, let's be sure the gun is safe. Magazine is out. Chamber is empty. There are a number of reasons why a 1911 can become inaccurate. A few of them are using ammo not suited to the specific gun, a bore that has become worn, a damaged muzzle, or buildup of lead in the barrel, a scope that has become loose. And the one we're going to discuss is bushing barrel wear that has caused a fit between the barrel and the barrel bushing to become loose. During a traditional disassembly and reassembly, we place unnecessary wear on the bushing barrel fitting. The disassembly and reassembly techniques shown in this video eliminate this unnecessary wear. While it's hard to see, this barrel is actually tapered. At the muzzle, it is wider to provide a snug fit between the barrel and the barrel bushing. This is necessary in order to provide solid lockup. If the fit between the bushing and the muzzle end of the barrel ever becomes loose, accuracy will suffer. As the bushing slides down the barrel during recoil, the barrel is ever so slightly narrower and the fit between bushing and barrel is not as tight. This is actually a good thing because it aids in a smoother recoil. So if you spend a lot of time and money accurizing your 1911, it is to your benefit to do what you can do to keep a tight fit between the bushing and the muzzle end of your barrel. During conventional disassembly, we turn the barrel bushing one way so we can remove the plug. And then we turn it the other way to unlock the bushing from the slide. All the while the bushing is on the tightest part of the barrel. And during reassembly, we once again turn it one way so we can install the plug. And then we turn it back the other way to lock the bushing in place. Therefore, in a traditional takedown and reassembly, we turn the bushing 4 times on the fitted end of the barrel. Now we're going to see how we can avoid this bushing barrel wear during takedown and assembly. What I'm going to show is not complicated. It is mostly a rearrangement of the takedown reassembly steps. Unfortunately, as you will see, they are not the fastest nor the easiest methods. We will see these steps twice, once during the GI guide rod, enclosed in plug, and again with a 2-piece full-length guide rod and open-end plug. If you use a 1-piece full-length guide rod, such as the one in the gun, I am not aware of any technique that can be used to avoid bushing barrel wear. Move the slide back to the disassembly notch. Remove the slide stop. Now, the spring is under a lot of pressure. It's got a very short guide rod. So if I just pull the frame off, the springs and guide rod come flying out. What I do is as the spring starts getting exposed, I just start putting my fingers on it. And I remove the spring and the guide rod. and the plug, and move the barrel forward. And lock the bushing, and then remove the barrel and the bushing. What we were able to do was to field strip the gun without turning the bushing against the fitted end of the barrel. Insert the barrel into the slide. Don't completely insert the barrel. Leave it part way out so that the bushing is still against the narrow part of the barrel. Go ahead and insert the bushing and lock it into place. And then go ahead and lock the barrel. Go ahead and insert the plug. And make sure it is protruding into the bushing. Take the closing of the spring, put it on the guide rod. Now for me, I'm not too successful in trying to compress the spring when I do it horizontally. So I take a rubberized piece of material, place the muzzle down on the rubberized material, and that's why I use it to protect the muzzle. Holding up the lever here, insert the spring into the plug, kind of use the spring to hold the lever up, and then I use my fingers to constrict the spring, and then just push down on the guide rod. Slide on the frame. That looks fairly well lined up, so I'm going to go ahead and partially insert the slide stop, then take it back to the disassembly notch. I'm going to turn it toward me to check alignment. I'm going to check for operation. So again, an important part was we were able to rotate and lock the bushing into place without turning it on the fitted end of the barrel. First, we want to loosen the guide rod just a couple turns. Then we remove the slide. Pull it back to the disassembly notch. Remove the slide stop. Pull the slide off the frame. Now at this point we're going to remove the rest of the guide rod, and as we do, the spring is under tension and it's going to try to pop out, so I'm just going to use my fingers and cover the spring and the remaining guide rod. Remove the guide rod. You can kind of see the spring is under pressure. So remove the spring, guide rod, and the plug. This time we want to move the barrel forward, and keeping it forward, we're going to unlock the bushing, and then we're going to remove barrel and bushing. Again, an important point is that we were able to disassemble the gun without turning the bushing against the fitted end of the barrel. First, we're going to place the barrel into the slide, but not completely. We're going to hold it part way out, and as the bushing is on the narrow part of the barrel, we're going to go ahead and insert the bushing. Then we're going to lock it into place. And then we're going to lock the barrel back. And we'll insert the plug. Make sure it is protruding through the end. And now we're going to insert the spring and the short piece of the guide rod. If you separated the spring and the guide rod, make sure that the closing of the spring is on the guide rod. Now, I find for me, if I try to compress the spring kind of horizontally, I find it more difficult. I find it much more successful if I try to do it vertically. So I just take a piece of rubberized material and place a slide like this, and the purpose of this material is to protect the muzzle. Insert the spring into the plug. Now you can see that this lever keeps trying to fall down. I just kind of gently hold it up, and then I put the spring against it to keep it there. Now to control the spring, I wrap my fingers around the slide, and I don't hold it tight, but I use it as a way to keep the spring in place. And then we compress it by pushing on the guide rod, holding the guide rod. We put the remaining guide rod in, and now we need to align the two. Okay, we're not going to tighten it completely, because if we do tighten it all the way, we're more than likely going to cause the guide rod to rotate out of the slide. Now we put on the frame. I'm going to use a center punch to help keep things aligned. I'm going to take a look. It looks clear. In goes the slide stop. I do not turn it against the frame, but I'm going to turn it toward me so I can line it up. Push in the slide stop, close the frame. Tighten the guide rod. Check for operation. Once again, what we're able to do is turn and lock the bushing in the slide without turning it on the fitted end of the barrel. You should not have to remove the bushing very often, but when you do, do not twist it off and twist it back on. You're just adding wear to the bushing fit. Just place the muzzle in the palm of your hand and use the thumb of the other hand to push the barrel straight out. To insert the barrel back into the bushing, just place the bushing in the palm of your hand and push the barrel straight in. If you're a competitive shooter or you take your accuracy seriously, there are a couple tests you can perform to see if you have an issue with your bushing fit. Take the slide off the gun, remove the guide rod, the spring, and the plug, lock the barrel back, keep it in a locked position, and using finger pressure only, see if you can move the bushing. This bushing has a really bad fit, so it really needs to be taken to a gunsmith for a bushing fit. The other test you can do is to remove the barrel and bushing from the slide and orient them as though they would be in the slide. Lugs up, bushing down. Now, cam the barrel up and using light finger pressure, see if you can turn the barrel. If you can, that's an indication you need a new bushing fit. This is my match grade barrel and bushing. Put them in the same direction. I want to cam the barrel up and put light pressure, and you can see that the barrel is not moving. This is a solid fit. In addition to bushing barrel wear, there's also bushing slide wear. Like bushing barrel wear, during conventional takedown and reassembly, there are 4 times we create bushing slide wear. During takedown, we rotate the bushing so we can remove the plug, and then again when we rotate the bushing to unlock it from the slide. During reassembly, we rotate the bushing so we can insert the plug, and again when we lock the bushing in place. The techniques shown in this video eliminate all rotating of the bushing around the fitted end of the barrel. While these techniques do not eliminate all bushing slide wear during takedown and reassembly, it does reduce it from 4 to 2, because in these techniques, the bushing is only rotated twice, once during takedown to unlock the bushing, and again during reassembly to lock the bushing in place. As you can probably guess, the best technique to reduce bushing barrel wear and bushing slide wear is to field strip your gun as infrequently as possible. A pistol does not have to be perfectly clean for it to shoot accurately. Consider abbreviated cleanings between takedown cleanings. For example, most semi-autos do not have to be field stripped just to clean the feed wrap. And a Hoppy's bore snake can do a quick cleaning of the bore even at the range. So whether you use your 1911 for competition, sport, or defense, I hope this video was useful to you, and thank you for watching.